An example for this is the Israeli Finance Minister Bezalel Smotrich's call for a Palestinian village to be erased, amounted to incitement and to violence. From the Palestinian side, the recent war is going on is a one that recovery from will take many years. The devastation the population is going through is incomprehensible, and most of the kids will grow up to hate Israel. In addition to that, the current government of Gaza is a terrorist group. A solution of two states is not possible in the near future. Now for the dialogue between the two. The representation of Israeli-Palestinian conflict in modern Hebrew literature. Who are you? Disabled veterans in Hebrew fiction. I am disabled veterans in Hebrew fiction. Who are you? Conflict. I am the representation of Israeli-Palestinian conflict in modern Hebrew literature. We are pretty similar, don't you think? Veterans. Yes, I do. We both talk about war-related topics and emphasize on the suffering, and it is true that you directly speak about the conflict and that caused this war, but I also have and will have more future disabled veterans who are currently fighting or going through recovery. It comes from both sides. Conflict. How interesting. I did not think about this. The war will cause many more disabled Israeli veterans. Although I do wonder why aren't you mentioning any disabled Palestinian veterans? There are many of them, authors and spokespeople who share their story constantly, and the war will affect them too. Veterans. The pain that is coming from them. We both also understand that the only way forward is peace. How wonderful. I agree. However, while our topic both have horrible backgrounds, I would say mine is currently more relevant since there is war going on right now. While you do bring up a good point and there are various disabled Palestinian authors, my focus was Hebrew fiction and not so much autobiographies. I wanted to show how fiction gives voice to silent struggles, with fiction books like A Pigeon and a Boy by Meir Shalev. Conflict. I see. You are right. The books that I've presented are more factual and non-fictional at all. Hey, did you notice we both speak about one of Israel's greatest authors, David Grossman? His books are so important, and his views sit right with me, with his calling for no more wars, and his persuading of his crowd to achieve peace. Veterans. We do! What an author! While he is not a fiction author, I just had to include him because of his great work, The Yellow Wind, which is based on what he himself saw in the first Intifada. I am certain you could have used it too. I could have used it, and choosing a book out of his spectacular collection was indeed difficult. I went with his fiction book, To the End of the Land, a book about love, family, war, and peace. How fascinating it is that you chose a non-fiction book of his, but I did. Veterans. How amusing. Let us hope the message of peace he is writing about in his book will become a reality soon enough. Conflict. Amen, brother. In conclusion, we can see that while both presentations are great and the presenters did a very good job presenting the important topics of disabled veterans in Hebrew fiction and the representation of Israeli-Palestinian conflict in modern Hebrew literature, there is still room to grow. Umanga and Shidatana are clearly very knowledgeable and their research skills are superb. However, as it was previously mentioned, they lacked information about the other side and did not give any points for the future, although there is a monumental event occurring right now. In his presentation, Ideology has also missed the most crucial event in the conflict's history in decades, which will have a large impact on the representation of the conflict in many years to come. Ideology mostly spoke about autobiographies and factual events that led to the writing of the books he included in his presentation, compared to Umanka and Shidatana, who chose to focus on fiction. The presentations have their differences, but in the end, their message is the same. Prioritize dialogue over war.